Scene script. Have you ever wondered how crucial evidence dissemination is in healthcare? It's a bit like the nervous system of the medical world, transmitting vital information from one point to another. It's through this process that we share critical medical findings among stakeholders, leading to improved patient care and outcomes. Let's delve a little deeper into this. Imagine a world where evidence is generated, but it's not shared or communicated effectively. It would be like having a treasure chest of knowledge, but the key is lost. This is where evidence dissemination steps in. It's the key that unlocks this treasure chest, making the wealth of information accessible to those who need it the most. Our healthcare professionals, key opinion leaders, payers, and policymakers. But how is this achieved? The process involves a complex yet essential task of integrating and synthesizing a wide range of data. The objective is to weave a comprehensive narrative that can be effectively communicated to stakeholders. This narrative forms the basis for informed decisions that can enhance patient care and outcomes. But it doesn't stop there. As new evidence emerges, it needs to be disseminated to internal scientific and commercial partners. Why, you ask? Because this new evidence could potentially reshape their strategies and plans, paving the way for innovation and improved patient care. And who's at the heart of this all medical affairs? They're the ones who not only disseminate this evidence, but also take on a patient-centric approach. They explore the benefits and risks of treatments and use patient-reported outcomes to identify gaps in care. They then work towards redefining outcomes and developing patient-centered solutions. To top it all off, medical affairs adopts an omnichannel approach to cater to the diverse communication needs of different stakeholders. This ensures that timely medical information is provided through various means, thus satisfying the variable communication needs of different stakeholders. So you see, without effective evidence dissemination, healthcare professionals would be left in the dark, unable to make well-informed decisions. It's the beacon of light that guides the ship of healthcare, leading to improved patient care and outcomes. Enter the heroes of our story, the medical affairs teams. These teams have the crucial task of disseminating evidence to both internal and external stakeholders. They are the architects who construct bridges from raw data to practical applications, enabling the smooth flow of information. Imagine a river of data, continuously flowing with new evidence generated from a variety of sources. Now, who dares to sail on this river? The medical affairs teams, of course. They are the brave navigators who integrate and synthesize this wide range of data. They engage in scientific exchanges, collaborate with key opinion leaders, and provide medical information to create a comprehensive narrative that can be effectively communicated to healthcare professionals, payers, and policymakers. But their role doesn't stop there. As new evidence emerges, the medical affairs teams ensure this knowledge is passed on to their internal scientific and commercial partners. This can have a significant impact, potentially shifting strategies and plans to align with the latest evidence. The medical affairs teams also take on the mantle of the patient's voice. They delve into the benefits and risks of treatments, harnessing patient-reported outcomes to identify gaps in care. By redefining outcomes, they work tirelessly to develop patient-centered solutions that optimize care. To meet the diverse communication needs of different stakeholders, the medical affairs teams adopt an omnichannel approach. This multi-channel strategy ensures the timely delivery of medical information, satisfying the variable communication needs of different parties. In essence, the medical affairs teams are more than mere facilitators. They actively shape the narrative, transforming a deluge of data into a meaningful story that can be understood and utilized to improve patient care and outcomes. They are the bridge that connects evidence generation with its practical application. How does this evidence reach the people who need it, you may wonder? Well, the process of dissemination involves several channels, each playing a vital role in ensuring that the generated evidence is communicated effectively to the right stakeholders. Let's start with the scientific exchange. This is a platform where the latest research findings and advancements are shared among scientists, researchers, and other healthcare professionals. It acts as a conduit for the exchange of ideas, fostering collaboration and innovation in the medical and scientific community. Next, we have engagement with key opinion leaders, or KOLs. These are influential individuals within the medical community who can help amplify the reach of the evidence. By engaging with KOLs, medical affairs can ensure that the evidence is not only disseminated but also understood and utilized appropriately within the healthcare community. Medical information is another vital channel. This includes detailed reports, studies, and data that provide in-depth insights into the evidence. It's a more formal and comprehensive way of presenting the evidence, often used to inform policy and decision-making processes. Then we have publications. These are often peer-reviewed articles published in reputable medical and scientific journals. Publications offer an avenue to share the evidence with a broader audience, extending its reach to healthcare professionals and researchers around the globe. These channels are not standalone entities. They are interconnected, each contributing to the effective communication of information. The goal is not just to disseminate the evidence, but to ensure it's understood, applied, and beneficial. The medical affairs team synthesizes the data, creating a coherent narrative that can be easily digested and utilized by healthcare professionals, policymakers, and other stakeholders. Through these channels, the synthesized data is disseminated, helping to inform and shape healthcare decisions. Remember, the ultimate aim here is not just to share information, but to use this evidence to improve patient care and outcomes. The right evidence, in the right hands, can truly make a world of difference in healthcare. As the voice of the patient, medical affairs teams have a unique role. They don't just gather and share medical evidence, they delve deeper, using a patient-centric approach to analyze and apply this evidence. So what does this patient-centric approach entail? Well, it's all about putting the patient at the heart of everything they do. It's about understanding the patient's journey, their needs, their concerns, and their experiences. It's about viewing the world from the patient's perspective and using that perspective to guide their actions. A crucial aspect of this approach is the use of patient-reported outcomes. These are direct reports from patients about how they feel or function in relation to a health condition and its therapy. By listening to the patient's voice, medical affairs teams can identify gaps in care that might otherwise go unnoticed. For example, let's say a patient reports experiencing side effects from a particular treatment that aren't typically considered serious. While these side effects might not be a cause for concern from a purely medical perspective, they might significantly impact the patient's quality of life. Recognizing this, the medical affairs team can work towards finding a solution that minimally impacts the patient's daily life. This patient-centric approach also involves redefining outcomes. Traditionally, the success of a treatment is often measured in terms of survival rates or disease progression. But the medical affairs team understands that there's more to health than just living longer or slowing down the disease. It's about living well, so they might consider factors like the patient's comfort, their ability to carry out daily activities, and their overall well-being. In essence, the patient-centric approach is about seeing the person behind the patient. It's about understanding that every patient is unique with their own set of needs and concerns. It's about ensuring that the treatment not only cures the disease, but also enhances the patient's quality of life. Their work goes beyond mere data dissemination, extending to the development of patient-centered solutions. The medical affairs team, as the voice of the patient, is committed to ensuring that medical evidence is not just shared, but also used to improve patient care and outcomes. In our digital age, the dissemination of evidence is not limited to traditional channels. Medical affairs, or MA, has evolved with the times, embracing an omnichannel approach to meet the diverse communication needs of various stakeholders. This approach is more than just a buzzword. It's a strategic move that ensures all stakeholders, from healthcare professionals and key opinion leaders to payers and policymakers, have timely access to the medical information they need. The omnichannel approach allows MA to disseminate evidence through various channels simultaneously, such as scientific exchanges, key opinion leader engagements, medical information, publications, and continuing medical education. This not only broadens the reach of the information, but also tailors the delivery method to the preferences of each stakeholder group. In essence, the omnichannel approach adopted by MA acts as a bridge, linking evidence generation with its ultimate application in patient care. This omnichannel approach ensures timely access to medical information no matter the stakeholder. So, what have we learned about the role of medical affairs in evidence dissemination? Quite a bit, actually. Medical affairs, or MA, is pivotal in sharing the wealth of evidence generated with both internal and external stakeholders. It uses a multitude of channels like scientific exchange, key opinion leader engagement, medical information, publications, and continuing medical education. MA is tasked with the mammoth responsibility of integrating and synthesizing data, creating a comprehensive narrative that informs healthcare professionals, payers, and policymakers. This allows them to make sense of an avalanche of data and utilize it to improve patient care and outcomes. Moreover, Massachusetts takes a proactive, patient-centric approach. It explores treatment benefits and risks and uses patient-reported outcomes to identify gaps in care and redefine outcomes, all while working towards patient-focused solutions. It's also comfortable with an omnichannel approach to meet the varied communication needs of different stakeholders. Medical affairs teams, through their diligent work, ensure evidence is not just generated but also understood, shared, and applied for the betterment of patient care.